Nestled in the heart of Michigan's Irish Hills, where rolling vineyards meet rich history, stands a beautifully restored century-old schoolhouse, now home to Cherry Creek Cellars. More than just a winery, it's a place where wine, food, and community come together in unforgettable ways. In this episode, we sit down with Janet, the brilliant chef and event coordinator, to explore the flavors, pairings, and incredible gatherings that make Cherry Creek a must-visit destination. She reveals new wines on the horizon and exciting upcoming events designed to bring people together. New wines and events are coming. Are you ready to sip your way through the best-kept secret of the Irish Hills? The adventure begins now. Listen in, discover, and raise a glass.
Welcome to the Holly and Yeti show, where we cover lots of businesses and events from around the local area, around the Irish Hills and beyond. And today we're in an igloo with Janet at Cherry Creek Winery.
Woohoo.
Cherry Creek Cellars.
Cherry Creek Cellars.
And we're going to ask her all sorts of questions that you're probably too afraid to ask. So let's get into it before we get kicked out. Thank you, Janet, for having us.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, so we wanted to do this podcast here before you take it down. We are right in, what's the date today?
The 20th of March, right?
The first day of spring.
Yes.
And Holly said,
Yes.
When can we do it? Let's choose the coldest, snowiest, rainiest day we can find in the week
Happy
and
spring.
hour of the day and do the podcast then.
Sure.
Sure, why not, right? We're always up for the challenge.
Yeah. So shall we start with the igloos?
Yeah.
What? Tell me about the igloos, because I've only seen this on Pinterest.
Right, and we've had the igloos up. We had them well up before COVID. Everybody thinks that we put them up because COVID,
Right.
but we were kind of first on the bandwagon. We started with one, we're up to 4. It's a reservation for 3, and then we have a walk-in. They'll be up just for a couple more weeks. We usually take them down the beginning, middle of April, which is still in our plan. It's a 2-hour rental. It's very minimal. We service them like you're in a restaurant. We come out here, we take care of you every 20 to 30 minutes. So
this is what this is for, is it? Scan
it
Me.
is. Scan Me gives you our food and wine beverage menu, and then you can order from that. You can wait for the server to come out, and we run everything out to you. They're heated, they're comfortable. We encourage you to bring games, enjoy it. Kids are welcome. It's a nice experience.
Wow.
It's so fun, especially we usually rent them a couple times a season, right? And especially when it's snowing, you know, you can play a little music. It's just It's just a fun way to get together, and it's a little more private than just going in. It's just a little different experience.
You've rented this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We usually do a couple times a
I know,
season.
apparently you told me last time that if you hit the sunset just right.
Oh, if you're here maybe on a Saturday around 5 o'clock, it's beautiful. The sun sets in the west. If you can get these last 2 igloos, it's a beautiful sunset.
Do you have to book online or have
You do. We do a walk-in for one of the igloos, but we book it through our website and Acuity. If it's not available, then it won't let you book it. But if a time slot is available, you just got to put in a credit card, $25. That covers servicing them, maintaining them, all those other things. So yeah, we come in first thing in the morning, we check to see how many igloos we have, and we get ready for you.
I imagine they get booked out.
They do, the weekends, pretty much booked. Friday night, Saturdays, and Sundays.
So you could come in during the week if you
You
wanted
can
to.
come during the week if they're up. People will walk in and say, is there an igloo available? If there is, we'll walk them right out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just bring all the food to them.
We bring everything. We suggest that if you want to do wine tasting, come a little early. We don't do wine tasting out here, but we will get your wine orders, your beverage, your food, and then we'll walk you out. We'll bring everything out to you.
And they stumble out.
At the end, occasionally we've seen it. We have seen it.
That's why they do the wine tasting in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Holly, what have you got?
So should we? You know what? We need to backpedal.
Oh, yes, we do.
What are you grateful
Oh,
for?
gosh. You know what I'm grateful for? I'll tell you what I'm grateful for.
Not the weather.
This is the weather. I'm grateful for today's weather. You know why?
Why?
I've projected myself into a few months when it's so stinking hot, humid, and I wish that it was snowy and cold.
I like that.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying
Perspective
it.
is everything.
Yes, I'm enjoying it while I can. I do like rugging up. But in order to rug up, it has to be cold.
So you call it rugging up, so that
Oh.
like having a coat on?
Yeah, what do you say?
Okay. I don't know, but not rugging up.
Oh,
Bundling up?
bundling up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bundle,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Get a rug. Rug. What's a rug? You call that
That's
a
a
rug.
rug.
Okay. I would imagine like in the old days it would be getting the coat off the bear and
Right.
rugging up.
That's a new one. I like that. Janet, what are you grateful for?
Oh, I'm grateful for my family and friends, of course.
Absolutely.
I'm actually grateful for my job because I get to be creative, and that's what I live for, is creativity.
And you do it so well.
Thank you.
We are so grateful for you.
Thank you.
We enjoy coming.
I bet the Taste of the Hills people were grateful for your wares.
That was so much fun. We actually had a lot of people come through.
Yeah.
A lot of people that came through that said, "Oh, we've heard about Cherry Creek and what you're having." So that meant a lot
exciting.
to us. We're very grateful for that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very, very exciting.
And
Yeah.
Holly,
I mean, I know I always go back to the weather, but
I've prompted you to enjoy the snow.
no.
Oh.
I am grateful for, we will be heading to Mexico here shortly.
What?
And I hope to bring the sun back with me.
I hope so.
I'm grateful that I get to go with my family. Chloe doesn't get to go with us because she has a different spring break at college, but I'm grateful to go to Mexico.
As
with
long
some
as you
good
don't bring
friends.
back the humidity, it's okay.
I can bring back the sunshine.
Yes,
though.
yes, yes.
And I'm so grateful to be here because my family and I absolutely love coming to Cherry Creek. Not only because of Janet, right? Because she's amazing. Her food, the drinks, the entertainment, the vibe all together. It's always one of our favorite stops.
Now talk about the food.
Wow.
And am I to understand that you do all the cooking?
I do all the cooking.
What?
Everything.
Yes.
The
Wow.
menu planning, the menu creating, all the food. And that, like I said, I'm grateful for that because Patrick, our owner, allows me to pick and choose. He always goes through a taste test and says, yeah, maybe,
Right.
no. But as far as our menu, our dinners, all of our private events, I'm the one-man show. So, and it's a lot of fun.
So Taste of the Hills, you had to cook all the plates.
Right, right.
How many were there?
Well, we sold 400 tickets. We didn't get that many because not everybody can get to every place.
Right, with
There's
all the
so
stops.
many. We featured we always do an Irish dish. This year was a corned beef Reuben chowder paired with our Dancing Elephant cider, which is a good seller for us. And it's staying on the menu for another week or so because it was so well received.
I've got questions about wine, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Yeah. And you also had recently an Irish dinner.
We did.
Now, is this is a monthly thing you do?
It is. We try to do a monthly 4 or 5 course dinner, depending on what it is, what time of year it is. January, February, March, we featured a specific region. March, I always do Ireland, and it's Irish inspired. And we did a 4-course sit-down dinner. Some were in the igloo, some were inside, depending on how many people you had in your group. So
Do you come out and serve with the river dance?
we don't, but maybe Patrick should consider
Maybe they'll
doing
hire
that.
you for next time.
Yeah,
I'll be comedic river dance.
it is so much fun though.
Yeah.
But we do all kinds of dinners. In the summertime, we try to feature what's in season in the state of Michigan. And we do that one family style out here under the pergola with the sun setting.
And now, what is that called? I know it's a different theme, but do you have a name for it each year?
We don't.
I don't remember. Okay.
We don't really. We just call them our dinners. And then this fall, we're going to get out of our comfort zone a little bit, and we're considering doing a wild game dinner.
Oh, that's exciting.
So we will.
Shoot it yourself, bring it in.
Yeah, it's got to come from a legal source. It does. I mean, but we think we might draw some people that have never been here before
Right.
because where can you go to get a home cooked wild dinner?
I've never had
Yes.
wild game.
I mean, there's so many fun events, and I know we can't touch on all of them, right? But I mean, I really hope sometime, you guys will have to come join us, because it's the different themes, different regions. There's always, you really don't have to go far to get that experience, right? Otherwise, you're heading to Ann Arbor or Toledo to get a little more of an experience.
And it's similar. It's kind of like a fine dining experience.
Yes, absolutely.
Where can you get that? Where you're being taken care of, you're getting a little glass of wine with every course. I mean, that's important to a lot of people.
Right.
And we work hard to make sure those pairings are exceptional. So
we enjoy it.
I don't understand that world at all, but I'm willing to learn.
So you have to come back and actually
you got to come back
to experience.
Well, when I came and met Janet the first time, she gave me a taste of something. I don't know what it was. It was white. He says, now think of, she said pork or something. He says, oh yeah, I in my head I could taste the pairing.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally I wouldn't like that taste, but because she told me to think of pork, he says, oh, I can see how it works.
Okay.
Maybe I don't even need to eat it. I just have to think it.
Once again, perception.
So what's your next dinner?
we're going to take the month of April off. Somebody needs a little vacation here.
And deserves it.
Deserves it. And then May, we're thinking of trying something new. We're going to do a setup down in our production barn where all the wine is made and bottled. And we're thinking of setting up maybe a 4 or 5 course heavy apps with some of our new wines coming out.
Ooh.
Things like that. So
we should record
exciting.
that event.
That's exciting.
yeah, you should. We're so excited. That will be the first big event down there with tables and lights. I mean, we do a lot of our wine pickup parties.
I was going to say we've done some where when we pick the grapes, or there's some different stuff that I think I've been down there for, but not an actual sit down.
We are thinking that we might start using our production barn for private events.
Yeah.
Why not?
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Everyone loves BTS, which stands for behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah. So BTS is huge. People like to know what goes on that you don't see. Because everyone's in front of the counter, right?
Right.
But what goes on behind the counter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And we find that the wine club members love to be down there. We can always go over and occasionally we'll tap right from the barrels.
Right.
Things that,
Like
you
this?
know,
Very cool.
Yeah. You could try it. But we are finding people want to know more about what goes on here than just coming up, wine tasting, drinking, and eating.
Very cool.
Yeah, well, I didn't, until I came here for the first time last year, I didn't even know you existed.
Really?
Yeah. I've just been stuck behind the desk.
He's experiencing a whole new world. He's been here, what, 15 years?
15 years and not even known.
And now, in the last year, we're really getting him out here and
seeing the world.
Wow.
And all the fun things the Irish Hills has to offer.
There are other reasons for it too, some cultural reasons that I didn't get out, but that's for another time. Yeah. But you said wine club. Mm-hmm. What is that?
We do have a wine club. It's free to join. It's not my expertise or department, but we do a wine club pickup a few times a year. We've got case club members, 6-bottle members, yada yada. We try to throw a really wonderful party for our wine club members at least twice a year down in the winemaking building. So it's an experience.
It's fun. It is kind of like that behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. It's a little more like, I don't know if I want to go as far as saying VIP experience, but it kind of is.
Sounds like you're a member of the wine club.
I think my parents are.
Ah.
Of course.
You meet the owner, you meet the winemaker. Everybody mixes in and you learn a little bit more about the business.
I got to know Kyle during the Taste the Field, what do you call it?
Feast in the Field.
Feast in the Fields. I got to know him a little bit from there, and he was telling me about the science behind it all. It's so fascinating to me.
It is.
Yeah. Kyle he's our head winemaker right now. He's learned kind of on the job. Mm-hmm. He works right under Patrick, our owner. He takes it very seriously.
He's got a passion for it.
Oh, he does.
And I think that's an ingredient in the wine. The one they say it's made with love, right?
Right.
Which would be
think it
similar to
shows.
you and food.
Exactly.
So one of our, fun things is always coming for entertainment. You guys are always have stuff going on. And I know maybe you don't have your whole spring, summer planned yet, but what are some things that you already have in the books? And then let us know where people can find updated calendar of events as well.
Right. Well, we've got our regular Thursday evenings. The first Thursday is always book club. The third Thursday is always our bunco. And our
Okay.
bunco group is growing by leaps and
I
bounds.
want to come for that
Oh my
one.
God.
Is that women's only?
No, it's all. And
Really?
even book club. We get all, men and women for book club.
Is there
Men
any
and-
cost to these?
No.
Really? Just turn up.
Book club, find out what the book is, read the book, discuss the book.
So and that's once a month.
That's
then.
once
Yep.
a month. Bunko is nutty and crazy. It's a dice rolling game
Yeah.
with
Luck.
funky hats and ringing the bell and people running around and getting prizes.
Oh, okay.
We started a new club. It's the last Thursday. It's our yarn club.
We saw that. Yeah. Very cool.
Knit, crochet, needlepoint. Our first class had 15. Second one was 22. Again, we
my
have
goodness.
men. Everybody kind of sits and does their projects, but we're also hoping to put projects together to give back to the community, whether it's the VA or a nursing home or whatnot.
Or a blanket for
Or
Holly
when she's
in
this
the
time
At
of
the
year.
winery.
Yeah.
so she can rug up.
Right. And then we mix in the dinners with that. And then going into the summer, if we don't have something scheduled for a Thursday, we will have some live music, maybe an acoustic set out here. Then we'll move into our Friday, Saturday music. Memorial Day through Labor Day, everybody's familiar with that. We always have the schedule available inside and online. Rotating food trucks for that. We're bringing back yoga. Yoga is going to be coming back on Tuesdays, and Saturday mornings. So that will kick off in the next few weeks.
Where do you do that?
Typically out under the pergola.
Really?
Yeah.
On a day like today?
No.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting.
Weather
No,
permitting.
weather permitting. And we get a good group for yoga.
Yeah, very
Bring your
cool.
own mat?
Bring your own mat, or we supply them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Now, remind me, let's see, what are some of our fun events? Like the women's shopping, I can't think of what it's called.
Winos.
Winos. Okay.
Women in need of shopping.
There you go. Which is every day.
Personally, that's my biggest event of the year. I'm the event coordinator as well as the chef. I start working on that January 1.
Right. I mean, Daryl, I will tell you, Yeti, if you don't get here early enough, there is no parking. It is insane.
Tell me about, what is it?
Well, we fill the vineyards with vendors. We try to tap
out there.
Out there. I try to tap into women and small business, although we do get some guide vendors and we welcome them. I'm up to 29 already for this coming July. It will be the last Sunday of July, July 27th. Kicks off at noon, and we fill the vineyards with vendors.
Really?
We have live music. We have food trucks. It's our biggest day of the year.
If people need power, they just bring their own generators?
Yeah, typically people don't need power. Unless you're, say, maybe we do a permanent jewelry, so we usually have her up near the stage. Yeah, but we have everything from pottery to textiles to clothing to jewelry to baked goods, woodworking, you name it.
Really?
And we started with like 3 or 4 vendors the first year we did it, and every year we do a smaller scale in December called Winterfest. So
We attended that this year. Our family, my parents, and that was also a neat experience.
yeah.
So you're a regular patron here, aren't you?
I told you I love it here.
your membership card should all have all the holes filled.
Yeah, punch, punch, punch. Yeah.
Hey, support local.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all about that.
So yeah, I mean, we've got a Mother's Day event coming up. That's always a big draw. So we always put out a special menu for that with live music. Again, food trucks.
Oh,
Because
just bring your mothers or
I
your
think
wives.
we did that last year.
Yeah.
I think we did that. We brought my mom last year for
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That was
that-
another good event.
that's a big event too. I mean, we have so many.
This interview might be really quicker if we just said, what events did you miss?
I'm telling you, I knew we needed to come for an interview because
Oh, that's-
everyone needs to know how awesome they are here.
Yeah. We work hard.
Yes. Oh, and it shows.
We
and,
work
You know,
hard.
like he was saying, the wine shows that they make it with love, right? And it's the same with the food, and it's the same with just the continual vibe around the entire atmosphere
Right,
here, right?
right,
And it
right.
shows, and that's why people
Yeah.
keep coming back.
Yeah. I mean, we
Can't
have
beat it.
We have Harvest Toast. If you're not familiar with that, that is an online sign up. You pay as a camper. We welcome Harvest Toast members. They come
Harvest
here, they
Toast.
camp out in the vineyards. We do our what are they called?
Oh, like the glamping or
the
something?
glamping.
Oh, the yurts.
We do the glamping. We've already got a couple workshops lined up, one in the spring, one in the fall for that. But you can
cool.
also just come and stay overnight in a glamp camp.
What do you mean workshop?
We do a weekend workshop with the glamping. We set up 3 tents for groups to stay overnight. We do crafts with them, whether it's pottery or flower arranging, meals, breakfast, yoga in the morning.
How fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
You
Very
are
cool.
so busy.
Yes.
We
See
are.
why she needs a vacation?
Oh,
Couple more weeks.
yeah, really. And then it's
Yeah.
back. But it helps that you enjoy it.
I love it. I do.
Yeah.
And you're such a people person,
I'm
too.
a people person.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we're in May. You haven't even hit the events that I know about, which is actually only the grape stomp, the
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Labor Day weekend kind of winds down our regular music, although we still have music after that. And then always the second week after, or the week after Labor Day, we do our grape stomp. That is a huge event. People come from all over the place, and we've got the barrels with the grapes. We draw names. We put teams in there to stomp grapes. They
I have
come,
not attended that yet.
I attended it last year.
they
So
come,
funny.
They come dressed like Lucy and Ethel. I mean, it's outrageous.
It is so funny.
It's
And
outrageous.
the amount of, I don't know what they are, little bees or something. They're trying to get
Right.
to the wine as it
The
comes
sweet-
out.
Yeah. I mean, we don't use the grapes for anything.
Right. But just the fun of it,
It's
right?
the fun. Yeah.
And
Once again,
the,
experience.
the
Yeah.
feast in the field.
Feast in the Field. We collaborate with Grand River Brewery. They do the food, we provide the wine. I think we might have one set up for June. I'm not sure of the dates yet. And
Yes.
one for September.
Yep.
We do it twice a year. They set up everything
Look at you,
down
you
in the
already
field.
know. You're looking at the calendar
I know.
every day, aren't you? Doing
I
the
know.
countdown.
It's another fun event. I mean, it's
great.
another good experience. Like, you know,
Right.
and maybe we need to link what you did last time for
Oh, yeah.
last fall, right?
Mhm.
Because you did the drone footage for that.
Mhm.
That was an amazing
Yeah.
experience.
That's always
That
great.
was
I look
phenomenal.
forward to
Was
it
it
because
Italy?
I don't cook. So
You
I
get to enjoy
I get
it.
to it's the one time I get to go down there and
Yes.
experience the food and the wine and being taken care of. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a fun place. And I found that, especially since COVID, people love gathering together for experiences.
They do. They do. I
Yeah.
think that's what life is about now is
Yeah.
experiences.
Absolutely.
Connection. Have you heard of Ikigai? Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese word for gathering together
Okay.
and connecting. And connection is, have you heard of the blue zones? Someone started mapping with a blue dot where all the centenarians, people who live to 100 and older.
Okay.
And the one common thing, there was a few things, but the very one common thing was connectiveness. When they got together just to connect. And so in Japan, it's ikigai, just to connect. And
Right.
we started a thing at home where in South Africa, they call it liming. And you'll say, do you want to come over and lime? And it's not for any, it's not, when two men get together, It's for let's get together and go fishing, or let's get together and go watch
Right,
sports. Let's get
sports.
together and do something. There's a
Right.
third thing. But liming is about just getting together, no agenda. You talk if you talk, you laugh if you laugh, you don't if you don't. It's
Okay.
just being connected. And that's what I think these events, the power of these events is connection.
Oh,
you,
absolutely.
You forget about everything else in the world and just come
And
enjoy
enjoy.
that. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And one thing I found working here for 15 years is I've seen the friendships grow where people don't know people, but they're at a table with somebody, and the next time you see them,
They
they're
come together.
together again. And we have seen so many friendships grow here. That's including my friendships with different families
Right. Yeah.
that frequent.
Yeah.
Which promotes the
absolutely.
next question. Spill the beans! Is there any funny stories or things that pickup lines that you've heard that you go, it makes you go, oh my gosh! Or
Oh, that is
little
funny.
little funny stories. You can change the names.
God, this is really putting me on.
Right?
I've seen so many things. And I've been tried to be picked up before many times.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
After
funny.
which flavour?
Right.
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 All of them.
Right.
Can you
Oh, I bet even the dancing, because they always say, like,
God, the
after a
dancing.
few glasses
Oh,
of
yeah.
wine, like, woo, they think
Oh,
they
yeah.
can dance, like.
Yeah.
I always think about what I want to do, like, after retirement, right? And I think it'd be so fun to come
yeah.
and pour wine, because I'm a people person. I love wine.
I know.
I think it'd be so fun.
You just go one for you, one for me.
Oh, well,
One
of
for-
course.
I know.
She'll be a bad employee.
I know. We try not to drink on the job. Sometimes it happens. We have a thing.
Holly's down here.
Shoot.
I'm not drinking, but I'm serving. We have a thing at 2:00, and in the kitchen, I always bang the refrigerator door at 2:00, and certain people come running.
Right?
And he's like, line them up. Yeah.
Wind them up.
Line them up.
That's fun.
But sometimes
How
we
fun.
need it. I mean,
Oh, no.
like
But
on
I
a
think-
Saturday.
Yeah, sometimes you come in here and they are they're slammed
And
and they're not stopped. I mean, they're just go, go, go.
And people like you will say, I'd love to work here, but then I tell people, but
Yeah.
you don't know how hard we work sometimes.
1,000%.
And I, for a Saturday, easily work 12 to 14 hours and never take a
And
break.
don't sit down,
And
right.
try to get into a bathroom, and it's nuts.
Yeah,
I
It's
used to
not-
work at a toy store. People say, what a fun place to work at.
right.
You're not playing with toys.
No,
Right.
you're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say, and I mean, you don't have to say this, but I will say I used to at least serve and bartend in college, right? And there are those you can tell who have been in the service industry.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
there are those who have
No clue.
never been in the service
No clue.
industry and have zero patience or compassion, right?
Right.
Seeing you run around like a crazy person and it's still not good enough.
Right.
So I will say that. But,
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh,
And honestly, I think everyone should have to work in the service industry. I think that
Oh, I
should just
think
be a
so.
requirement to either graduate high school or college.
Just to get through life.
Because
Yeah.
it makes you a better person.
It
You
does.
have more understanding and you can handle stress a lot more too.
You have more respect.
You do.
You have more
do.
respect for people.
I think it's even good for introverts because
It is.
my daughter was
Mm-hmm.
afraid of people,
Right.
and she had to serve in the. She serves in the service industry now, and she's learned to come out of a shell and
helps.
be more confident.
It absolutely helps. And to me, I think I'm going off on a tangent now, but I think it's a life skill is to learn how to deal with people, right? If you
Right.
can't figure out how to interact and deal with different types of personalities, you're going to be very limited in your life, right?
Oh,
and no matter
totally
what career
agree.
you end up with, right?
Exactly.
And there's so many cool things on the other side of your comfort zone if you get out of your own way.
Right.
That's what I tell my girls all the time. They're so tired
Yeah.
of me hearing that.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
So that's why they both serve.
So I've got this game.
Oh boy.
It's just called Rapid Fire Questions, and it
Uh-oh.
was going to be just for Janet.
Uh-oh.
But since you were almost an employee here,
I
Don't let Patrick know.
I feel like I need a glass of wine.
See, Holly just hasn't been paid yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these questions are for both of you, except some will be just Janet only.
Okay.
Okay. Red, white, or rose?
Oh, red,
Red.
for sure. Red.
Yes,
Red.
absolutely red.
Red.
Okay, I got to come back to these. Sweet or dry?
Dry.
Dry.
Whoa. Favorite wine and food pairing?
Oh, a dry red with something with tomato sauce. For sure, an
Oh.
Italian pairing.
Like a pasta?
A pasta, for sure.
Nice.
Parmesan?
Pecorino.
Okay.
Cheese.
Okay.
But a fresh tomato, fresh basil, a little pecorino with a dry red.
Does it have to be white or red meat?
It's what you choose.
Your preference. So,
It's
like,
what
I
your
would say
preference.
red meat. I would say a fantastic steak.
Yeah. Something
Red with a steak.
Absolutely. All
Okay.
day long.
Best time of day to drink wine? I know Holly's answer.
Anytime! No,
All
just
day.
kidding.
All day. Hey, I drank it at 9 in the morning. Guilty. But anytime after
Yeah, because
3,
yeah, it needs to be. It is more of a relaxing
Yeah.
afternoon, evening.
it's a afternoon,
Drink.
evening.
You
for
mentioned that you feel like sleeping after.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
I
you
mean,
have it-
so there's been times, right, where on a Saturday or something, if we're doing an event and maybe you start early, but you don't last very long, you're gonna need a nap because it's just a nice,
Yeah.
relaxing.
Mhm.
It's more of a pour a glass at the end of the day with dinner,
Mm-hmm.
for me at least, personally.
Holly was saying that if she drinks in the morning, she'll feel like a nap at 3.
Yeah.
I feel like a nap at 3. Without
No
anything.
matter what.
Okay. One word to describe. Got to choose one word to describe Cherry Creek Cellars.
The first word that came to my mind was fun. Because we're all fun here.
Yes. I was gonna say
Fun.
festive. Yeah,
We're
festive.
fun. Yeah.
What I've learnt is eventful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. If your winery had a spirit animal, what would it be?
Can I say a unicorn because there's nothing like it?
Really?
You're
Yes.
right. And we get all kinds of people here.
Yes.
So
Something for everyone.
Yeah.
it does bring up a point of the other wineries around, and I have not been to them or interviewed them to know anything, but the one thing they wouldn't have is you.
Right. You're
1,000%.
Because the passion that you put into your food and stuff like that, and your events, I've got to go have a look. They must have something, but you can't replace a Janet.
No.
All right.
Think
Okay.
Not at all.
The most overused wine descriptor.
Oh, wait. I know what it is. They walk in and they'll go, wait, what's that wine that I don't drink? It's sweet. They'll say, what do you have that's like a
Like a Moscato?
Moscato?
I knew it! No, I don't work here.
But they'll walk in and they'll go, the first thing they'll say, and you'll see them coming and they'll go, what do you have that's like a Moscato? And we just want to go,
Yeah.
Not that we're against sweet wine
Right.
drinkers, but we take
Just a
our wine a
personal
little bit
preference.
more serious. They do the same thing with Chardonnay, though.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What do you have that's a Moscato or a Chardonnay?
So you would like Moscato because it's super sweet.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. And to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I kind of feel like as people start drinking wine, they start sweet. And as your palate grows,
Yes.
you grow.
I
right?
just explained that.
Yes. So I was telling Janet that I don't like wine because the first wine I had was at a wine and cheese art thing, and it was so bitter. I thought it would be good because it was expensive.
Right.
I had to spit it in the garden.
Oh my God. And it was probably an amazing
Right.
wine.
It probably was.
You have to build up your palate.
Yes.
You do.
When I started here, I drank sweet wines.
Mm-hmm.
And then I graduated to the summer breeze and then a little bit of whites. And I can't even go back to sweet wines now.
Really? So
Yeah.
right now I'm at the cranberry passion.
Right.
You're still kind of down there. We'll get you up there,
What-
buddy.
I haven't matured yet.
We'll regroup in the next year and see where you're at.
Actually, it's a good idea. A marker.
You need to try it with food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wine was created to be drank with food.
Yeah, to be enjoyed.
That's why it was
Actually,
created.
that's what I've heard with microbiomes. The fermentation
Yes.
helps with your digestion and all sorts of things.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Worst wine drinking habit.
Worst wine drinking habit. Ooh.
I'll give you mine. I can't hold it. See how you got half a glass?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's got to go down. That's why I don't have a glass with me now. Because it's gone.
Oh my.
I
Oh,
guess
yes.
that
No, you
could
can't
be.
do that.
Yeah. I don't know how to have a social drink and have it still there half hour later. And my daughter,
That could be.
and I don't know if I grew up, because I grew up with a bunch of boys. We lived in a house, and we went to a buffet.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it was a buffet,
You just get
if
as
we
much as you
weren't
could.
watching our meal,
Yeah.
someone was stealing it.
Right.
And it's like,
You ate fast.
No, it's meant to be enjoyed.
It's meant to be
with
enjoyed.
conversation and
now, if I was a bit, actually, I still haven't matured. But if I was on that side of the chair,
you'd be
why-
stealing it?
yes.
Oh my. No,
Yeah.
you wouldn't. You don't like this.
Yeah, maybe I'll go. What was that? Actually, I burnt my tongue so bad on a hot chocolate one time, stealing someone's hot chocolate. I got the straw and
Oh,
I had no
gosh.
taste buds left. Anyway, do you have any bad habits like that with wine? No bad habits? I'm the only one. Okay, fine then. Funniest thing you overheard at a wine tasting?
We hear all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Like, this wine is terrible.
So
And you're like, no, it's not.
it's actually not.
It's actually amazing.
It
You
was
need to
from
develop your palate.
it was from immature people like myself.
Yeah, I will
Right.
say, so I've gotten my husband throughout the years, because we used to go all over the place in terms of wineries with my parents and go up north and out of state. And my husband was never a huge wine drinker. We had to work on his palate, right? And so when he first started, one of the first things, and I think I still have this video of us giving him, and I think we gave him red wine knowing he would not like it, right? And the face he made, and then he literally said, "This tastes like dirty socks."
Oh, we've heard that before.
And I was like, "Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to share anyway."
Yeah.
So what is the difference? Your husband will taste dirty socks, but you'll taste, what do
I
you
absolutely
taste?
love it. I usually taste, that it's thick and flavorful, and then I think about, oh my gosh, this would be amazing with a steak or what
Right.
have you.
Does your palate also change for the food that you eat?
Oh,
Oh,
for
1,000%.
100%. Yeah, for
Really?
sure.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
might not like certain food, but because the wine...
It brings out different flavors.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really?
And I will preface with Rob is now on like a Sauvignon Blanc. Like he loves, so we're at least there.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you have with Brussels sprouts? Because I hate Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
Might help you.
wine.
Yeah.
Just wine.
Just wine.
Just
Just
drink
wine.
enough of it, you can eat anything. All right,
Flush it
I
down.
understand.
Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels
what's-
sprouts, by the way.
Do you?
Oh, I
You
love
just haven't
them.
had them correct.
We haven't had them roasted and charred and bacon and balsamic,
Balsamic.
and a little parm
You're right. I
with a
haven't had it
dry
like
red.
Fantastic.
I
we
can-
get that just as an appetizer.
that. Really?
Oh yeah, we order them in a restaurant everywhere we go.
There's a place in downtown Adrian. I think it's Mommy Tap House. Fantastic. We always get their Brussels sprouts.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love Brussels sprouts.
I've yet to be converted. We'll see what happens.
We'll put
maybe
them on the list.
In the next year, as my palate rises with the wine, maybe
He's
Brussels
gonna
sprouts.
come
will
back here and
Yes.
eat. You have
Okay.
to come back here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to schedule once
Just
the.
a private food and wine pairing with you.
Okay, so when you come back to the food, what meals do you love reproducing all the time? I love serving this.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
question. One of my favorites, and I'm always trying to squeeze it in on the menu, is lemon curd. Lemon curd.
Okay.
I'm always trying to see where I can fit that in. Can I do something with lemon curd?
Okay, I'll just say, whatever it is we try, yes.
Yes, I love lemon curd.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I have a couple of dishes that I love making for people. I love making butter chicken. It's one of my specialties.
Okay.
And there's one thing I'm going to cook for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's comes from Grand River Brewery, actually.
Okay.
Inspired from there.
So when a lot of times we'll do our podcast, he surprises me with different foods. And so far they've all been amazing. But prior to trying all these foods, we had talked about dieting and exercising and losing weight. And everything he gives me to try
It's
is
not
not
dietary.
Dietary. Right.
But it is phenomenal.
It's
Yeah.
called balance.
That's right.
Yin and yang.
I did tell him
Right.
eventually we're going to have to walk while we do the podcast.
What's more important, glassware or temperature?
Ooh, temperature.
Yeah.
For sure. I could drink wine out of a
A
styrofoam
solo
cup.
cup, right. I don't
I
prefer
could-
it, but
I would, but the temperature. I can't
Absolutely.
drink a red chilled.
Does it taste better in a fancy cup?
Oh, for
I
sure.
think so.
For
It's
sure.
a whole vibe. Absolutely.
Right.
Does butter chicken taste better with a fork or a spoon?
Ooh, you can't eat chicken with a spoon.
I don't think so.
I do. You know why? Because I'm in a bowl
Because
and I can
you're-
scrape around the edges and get it all
Because
out.
you're so that's what
You
we need
don't
to
lick
work
your
on.
bowl?
No.
Oh, I lick my bowl.
That's what we need to work on is you
I can't put my face in the bowl.
Savoring. You need to learn how to savor the moment. Relax and savor the moment.
in our household,
When I'm mature, I might be able to do that.
in our household, if you lick the bowl, it's a sign of a good meal.
Oh,
And
it's
my
a,
it's a compliment.
my
it's a sign
kids-
of respect.
My kids
I'll be
know
eating
it.
at your home.
You're going to the dishwasher and you're licking the bowl. I'm like, sign of a good meal.
Okay, one thing people always get wrong about wine.
Good wines come from California. They don't realize
Ooh,
realize
yes.
how much Michigan produces, and Michigan is getting on the map for making great wines.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
I have seen,
It's good.
and I
Yeah.
don't understand why yet, I've even seen Australian wines here.
Oh, we love Australian wines for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, and Newfoundland, the Sauvignon Blancs, from that
absolutely.
area.
Does the region that the grapes are grown in create a different flavor?
Is what?
Does the region the grapes are grown in
Oh, for
create a
sure.
different flavor?
Yeah. Because a lot of our dries, like our cabs and our Chardonnays, come off the west side of the state. The climate's just a little bit different. The soil's a little bit different from what we grow here.
Right.
So,
And then there's like an ice wine, and I don't even want to pretend like I know what I'm talking about, but I know like an ice wine is a specific grape,
Exactly.
right? Or a specific
or it's
region where it comes from.
and it's a specific time of year that you pick it.
Right.
Yeah, and there's a very small window.
Yeah.
Kyle told me that some of the busiest times for him is during the winter. But I
Yeah.
don't understand that because there's no
Yeah.
grapes.
No, but you're down there and you're monitoring and you're testing and you're checking and you're
Making sure.
tasting, and one slip and you can lose everything.
Really?
So yeah.
There's a lot of science behind
There's
it,
a lot
right?
of science behind it, and I
Wow.
don't know the science, but
If you can only drink one type of wine for a year, what is it?
my go-to is a Malbec.
Malbec?
I don't know if I would say a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Pinot Noir.
See, I've always been a Pinot Noir, but now I'm getting hooked on Argentinian Malbecs,
Okay.
and we're producing a Malbec now, and a and a Shiraz, and I'm like, oh, so good.
Favorite event you host?
Oh, winos, hands down.
We already covered that.
Winos.
Women in need of shopping and drinking and eating
I
and
think
dancing.
they should have a wino theme, put the bottle in a brown paper bag as you walk around.
But we got to keep it classy.
Yeah.
Brown paper bag with a logo on it. Okay.
Sticker.
What song would you always be playing at a wine tasting?
I would say if you're here and you hear Sweet Caroline,
Oh, everybody comes running.
Everybody comes running. It doesn't matter who you are.
Sweet Caroline. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
I think we covered this, maybe, but you might have a different answer. What's a winery pet peeve?
Mine is loud people. People that come in and they know so much about wine,
yeah.
and they don't take the time to listen to you and take in your knowledge.
So
That's my pet peeve.
my ignorant understanding is, now that I've learnt that every winery is different because every region, how can you be a know-it-all? Because
Yeah.
every
Really
place is
can't,
different.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in this area, what, about 5 wineries or something, and everyone's going to be different.
They are. I wish people would come in more like a sponge.
Right.
Yeah. And take in what we have to offer, because we're not that person or that winery. We're not that winery. Yeah.
So people should come color-coded like me. Sweet! And
Thermometer.
Right.
okay, first word that comes to mind when I say Michigan wine.
Michigan wine. Cherry. Cherry comes to
yes.
mind.
Yes.
Our cherry wine is amazing.
Really?
Have you tried it?
No.
There are no grapes in it. It's a Balaton cherry. The cherries come from Traverse City. It is what Michigan is about.
Right.
Really?
Known
Yeah.
for.
We love when people come and they try our wine. And they try the cherry and they'll be like, oh, I've never had a wine like this before.
Really? Oh, I have to
You
taste
have
it.
to try
This
it.
is a bit like Brussels sprouts to me because
You don't like cherries?
artificial cherry, our cough medicine
Oh,
at home
this
tastes like
is
cherry.
not- This is not.
Very different.
This is,
Yeah?
it's a true cherry experience.
Really?
Yeah, you got to try
Okay,
it.
I have to try that.
Yeah.
Okay, your unofficial slogan for Cherry Creek Cellars.
What?
Unofficial slogan.
Official
Your
slogan.
tagline, what would it be?
Good wine, good people, fun times. I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I have to say great wine, great food,
Great food.
Oh, there you go.
Great
Food. Yes.
great vibes.
I have
yes.
Great
been
vibes.
inspired. Honestly, I've been inspired because I want to.
Good.
I want to taste your cooking, but you have so many passions for flavors. I can't just taste your cooking once.
Well, I actually was gonna see if you guys wanted to try something. I was gonna make you guys some food.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should,
Maybe while Pat, maybe you spend a little time with Pat. Maybe I can come up with a couple of things for you guys to try.
you could whip up something that fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's what I do.
Right?
That's what I
That
do.
would be awesome. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us, Janet.
Sure.
So fun as always. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I
Awesome.
hope we can come back here again and
Well, I hope
cover
you do.
some events down here at the
Yeah.
what do you call this?
Peace in the field.
Not Feast and Field. I'm looking at
Oh, the production building.
Production.
Oh, the
building.
production. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, guys can walk down there. They're bottling today, the white gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle's
so
in
that's
there.
kind of Kyle's in
Yeah.
there, Melanie's in there. I think that's it. Kyle and Mel are in there bottling today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Well,
It's cool, you see, because the bottling system doesn't come out except when you're bottling. But to see them in there and the wine's coming out, they're bottling it, moving it over here, it's getting labeled. I mean, and then they got a thing that corks it, and it's kind of cool.
yeah.
It's not my department. I don't know that much, but sometimes I'll go down there and watch it and go, wow, I want to work down here.
Do they come up and watch you cook?
Oh,
Wow, I want to eat up
no,
here.
They come up there and ask
And
for,
they say, hey, what's for lunch?
What do we got? Yeah. Baker is notorious for that. Yeah. He eats a lot.
Well, there's another compliment, right?
Yeah. Baker eats a lot.
Is it true that wine is fattening because of the sugars?
You got to be careful with your sugars, especially if you have a sugar issue, diabetics. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Or is beer
Everything
worse?
in moderation,
Oh,
right?
beer is far worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because you don't appear to have a weight problem at all.
I fluctuate. I love beer, but I stay away from it because it's so.
It is so
Fattening.
fattening, right?
I mean, when I go on vacation for a week, I drink a lot of beer, and I come back at least 5 pounds heavier.
yeah.
Yeah.
I come back 5 pounds heavier after a meal. Pair that with a sweet wine. Oh, gosh. Well, this has been a pleasure. Thanks, Janet. Thanks for joining us here at Holly the Yeti and Janet. And if you can come down here at Cherry Creek Cellars, I don't think you'll regret it. I'll be here. I know Holly will be here. Unpaid employee.
Right?
almost.
We're going to have to talk to Patrick about that.
Thanks, and we'll see you next week.
Next week, we're taking you deeper into the vineyard as we sit down with Patrick, the winemaker and owner of Cherry Creek Cellars. From the rich soil of Michigan's Irish Hills to the legacy of handcrafted wine, Patrick reveals what goes into every bottle and how he's carrying on a tradition that started in this very historic schoolhouse turned winery.